a different photo for their profile
Yeah,
picture.
Vampy Enigma or Audacious Vampy.
Which just goes to prove that some people will do anything to incite chaos and confusion and have some type of proof, if you will, that, those opposed are out to spread false information and rumors and get shit started when it's literally them under fake profiles.
Well, and who believes that anyway is that AK and Mary would be related in real life?
Well, I mean, Mary was the one who said that she was related to who, and that was her rich aunt.
Wait, who did Mary say she was related to?
Una.
She said she was related to Ona?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it.
I don't need.
I feel like Mary is a pathological liar. This is just my feelings. I don't know it to be true or whatever.
Alleged.
Well, yeah. I mean, these are just
Mary
my
came
feelings.
on the
I
live
can't
and
even
said
say
that
alleged.
she said that and it wasn't true.
Ona's not rich either.
Well, okay, so the getting back to this thing really quick. The screenshot up here shows me, James, the two from the state of Florida going after Billy, and I don't remember who the last one is. It might have been a neighbor. I don't know. I don't know who that last one is. Let me zoom in on the name. Hold on. Zoom in and look at what AK was posting, and I'm like, oh my God, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time, a blast from the past. Because we literally moved his mom out of his house. Like, they were living together, and it was a DV situation to the point where there were helicopters outside of the house that day. That's how crazy it was. James's oldest brother wasn't able to be there that day. He was at work. Me, James, his youngest brother, and his mom moved her out of that house. And while we were in the process of gathering the last of the shit, he shows up from work. And he's crying, and he's a mess. You leave me, I can't believe me. He grabs his pew-pew and puts it to his head, points it at her. I'm literally the one standing between him and her while he had a pew-pew out. So AK wants to sit here and say all this crap when she doesn't know the real story, or possibly she does. For all I know, AK might have gotten the full packet from Shady G, because I do believe Shady G is the one ordering all these things and orchestrating the harassment. And I want Heather DeGroy, I want Heather Lynn DeGroy, Lady Guinevere, to remember this. I very well can subpoena the records of who ordered those court records and who is orchestrating this planned cyber attack against me with other people. And I can show that her Lady Guinevere, Heather Lynn DeGroy's patterns of behavior are continuing. You can see it from her own police record as well. Thunda, are you? Oh, there you go. Thunda's up here.
Hey.
So the bottom one is actually not James's mom. The bottom is somebody else. I believe James's mom would be represented by the state of Florida because she was the victim of this.
Okay.
Like, she actually was the one subject to the DV. You know what I mean?
Normally with order of protections, it's that person against that person.
Cases.
The criminal charges. The criminal charges will come with the state, but the order of protection has to be filed by the person.
Right, but what I'm saying is I think hers was actually
under the state.
Under the state because she was a DV. Because, like I said, there was literally helicopters involved with this. Like, that's how bad. Like, he pulled a pew-pew. There was police with helicopters because he ran after the police showed up, or when the police showed up, he ran. Like, he didn't just. It wasn't just he surrendered himself. He ran from the police. Yeah. This was a big deal.
Well, that bottom one is like a week before. It's August the 5th, where the other two are August the 11th.
Well, there's one. Which one's? Hold on. Let me zoom in on the dates.
Let me get the house.
Could I say something real quick?
Go for it.
So I'm watching the comments, of back and forth with the Yo Mama comments. So I'm I'm old. I'm considered a Gen Jones, the last year of the boomers and the first year of Gen X. So, my generation, we didn't have social media to play children with each other. If we had a beef, we got in your face. Mm-hmm. And if you wouldn't get in someone's face, and I'm saying this respectfully, and I'll plug your ears because you're not going to like what I'm going to say. If y'all bitches can't show your face and your real name, shut it.
Seriously.
We met at the flagpole when I was in school, so we just went and fought it out.
Thanks, sister. I honestly was like, if it's my mom, that's cool. I really need to know she's bringing the rolls on Thursday.
Right?
Because or on the honey butter,
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I fully admit I use language that is probably very inappropriate for someone who, wears the funny hat. But I'm also a human being, and I also come from that generation of in your face. And so I get so tired of all the, I'm hiding over here because I don't want them to know who I am. If you are not brave enough to come in here as yourself, shut it.
Well, I just had two people tell me it's Liz. So, hi, Liz.
Yeah. If you got to block people after you talk crap and run your mouth, and then you get hit with a fact, and then you're made to look dumb, then you go run and hide and block people, that makes you a bitch.
AK's live, and King whatever's in her live with her.
Oh, Kane Allen.
Kane Allen? Yeah, that motherfucker. Oh, that motherfucker.
So anybody that's in here, Kane Allen, on my pinned videos, one of my very first pinned videos on this page, on my Washington Dog Dad page, shows you how I exposed Kane Allen committing fraud with Lady Guinevere. Why do you think they're mad?
All he did was repeat himself in his videos.
Why do you think they hate me so much? I literally exposed these people committing fraud online. There's a reason that they all hate me, because I've shown repeatedly that they commit frauds. In fact, Nikki, the one who admits that she doxed my entire family, said she did it because I called somebody's father first. That was actually Kane Allen's. The whole reason that I called his dad was to vet this GoFundMe, because Kane and I had a deal where I gave him information on James's murder, and he was supposed to give me information on his cousin, because it was provided to me that Kane lied about this cousin and committed a fraudulent GoFundMe, while his friends were actually making fun of my friend who was unalived by a police officer, somebody that I never tried to seek money over. I just wanted justice for. So I went to Kane and I'm like, what's this? So Kane didn't keep his part of the deal. I gave him information on the police reports and everything from James. He told me to do my own research. After 2 months, I found Kane's real identity and found his family. And I said, that's funny. It's funny how you're sitting here posting on TikTok about your cousin, but yet on your Facebook and all your families, there's no mention of your cousin. I said, so what's going on? He got nasty with me. He got really aggressive. So at that point, I vetted the story through his father, and his father said that there was no cousin. And his father said that he was ashamed of Kane, that he taught his son better than this through life, blah, 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 blah. Kane went on to make excuse after excuse. He disappeared from the internet for a while. Then he came back to make excuse after excuse. Now, Thundercunt's in here. Thundercunt can tell you about how when Lady Guinevere reached out to her and other people, and how I met her and other people because of Lady Guinevere reaching out to them when the videos went viral of me exposing their fraud. Lady Guinevere wanted everybody to remove the videos and had all these conversations about me with other people, trying to get them to shut me up. They proved that.
And the culmination of that's on my Instagram, just saying.
They proved that she was actually the liar, that she actually had the record that I said she had, and she disappeared from them. Next thing you know, several people were getting their entire accounts being reported, taken down, and Lady Guinevere went on to create other stories with other creators and basically just ignored all that. They have been doing this for years, Kane still can't justify his cousin's story. He will just say things like, I already showed proof. He posted a balloon release, which was a screen recorded balloon release, something that he said he was at live for his cousin, and somebody else pointed out, hey, look, you can literally see the screen recording symbol in your video there. You screen recorded that off YouTube. Kane has not been able to justify this whatsoever, and I still have to this day $1,000 on the table for
Hey, Joe.
any-
Simple Susan's also saying something about you in the box, just letting you know over in AK's live.
So again, I'm gonna say this: is Simple Susan's in AK's live or in my live?
She's in AK's life in the box.
Okay, I don't know Simple Susan, so I don't care.
Yeah.
All right, there. Let me start over again, okay? Please. There is $1,000 on the table for anybody who can provide proof that Kane Allen's story about his cousin that he did a GoFundMe for is true. If anybody can prove his story is true, there's $1,000 on the table for that person. Whoever can prove it. Now, do me a favor. I want everybody to leave my live. I'm going to stay here, but I want everybody to leave here, go over to AK's live, and ask Kane Allen about his cousin. Tell him that you got $1,000 offer for proof. Can he prove it? And watch how you get blocked. Ask him about his cousin and why his own father said that that person didn't exist and why it was fraudulent. Start watching how aggressive the live gets. Start watching how you'll get blocked. Just do me a favor and go do that. Go over there and ask AK why she is talking about me, but won't join me in the live when I invited her. She said she's got all this energy. Please, I want everybody to just leave, go over there, ask him about it, see what happens.
He needs up.
If you don't feel comfortable going over there, don't go over there. If somebody doesn't feel comfortable going over there, don't go over there. All right, Vampy's coming up. And somebody, Rancis, I don't know who Rancis Santana is, but I'm going to accept them and see what's up.
Hey,
Hold on. I just want to make sure they're not a troll. Rancis, what's up?
Oh, this is how.
Yeah, that was a troll. Sorry, Vampy, go ahead.
Hey, so Simply Susan, or I think it was Simply Susan something, and that King person, I don't know who they are. They're at AK's live. She was talking about that was her son that you posted. He was 6 years old. He apparently knows a rapper, and they know the family too, and they're friends. And she said there's plenty of pictures on the internet of her kids, but you took the one picture of her son without a shirt on and posted that, and she doesn't even know who you are.
So Simply Susan, the only person that could be is actually Simply Nikki, and she knows damn well who I am.
Simply Still Susan is what they said, and they said
That's a whole new person.
that out of all the pictures, you picked the one of her son.
That's Simply Nikki's son. That's not Simply Susan. That's Simply Nikki's son. They're making stuff up or something, because that's Simply Nikki's kid.
Well, does
she have a really rough voice and sound like one of the Simpson sisters? Like she smokes 20 packs of cigarettes a day?
I don't think so. But that was the story, that they were on Facebook. They didn't know you. She posted a picture. She made her child wear a mask so his face wasn't showing.
That's
and out of all the pictures of her kids, you took the photo of her child.
So hold on. So Simply Nikki, Simply Susan, I think they're the same person. I don't know anybody named Susan. The only instance that I know about is with Nikki. She's talking about after she saved videos, or she saved all my family's information. She not just got their Facebook, she got like all their private addresses, phone numbers. She posted my mom's, my dead relatives, my dad's, my grandmother's, my sister-in-law's, my sisters, my brothers, my nephews, my nieces, holding their kids.
I just wanted to let you know they were in that live.
Hold on, let me finish, please. She literally saved and posted pictures of my great nieces and nephews who were shirtless and naked in their pictures. Nikki did that first and came after me for a year and a half, doxed my entire family. I'm telling you guys the story of what happened, and this is all documented on my Instagram as well, on that Honey Badger page I told you guys you can follow. I have the proof here. Nikki doxed my entire family. I tried to go live with her. I offered her to go live. I tried to contact her and have a direct message with her in a conversation telling her to stop, to take my family's information down. I gave her 24 hours. She didn't. We found her. We knew who she was. I went to her public Facebook page. She, Simply Nikki, posted a video that is still up to this day. Anybody right now can go to Facebook, type in Nicole Tiffany Deanna. Don't click on the profile. Just scroll up a little bit and you'll see videos and photos. She still has that video out to this day that she sent to a musician in her hometown with 5,000 followers. She exploited her child on a public platform, in my opinion, to a musician in her hometown with 5,000 followers, knowing that the internet is what it is, right? I took a screenshot of this kid that has not only his face covered up with a mask, but also has a blanket over the top part of his body. Yes, he was shirtless with a blanket covering him. She's the one that posted it. So if it's such an awful thing, why did she send this video out to this man with 5,000 followers publicly? That's number one. Number two, why is she not being honest about what she did to me first? Because the only thing that I did as far as contacting the father that she's talking about, that was Kane's dad to vet this GoFundMe. Nikki has videos on her page right now, Simply Still Here. That is Nikki's page. I'm sending you to her page to go look at their page. They are telling people not to listen to me or believe me, and they're telling people that I'm the one saying don't listen to them, right? But that's not the case. I'm saying go get their side of the story too. Go listen to what Nikki says and listen with discernment. Listen to everything she's saying. She's telling on herself. She's not telling the full story, but she's telling on herself. It's really frustrating. I know what they're saying. I know what their plan is. I don't know who Simple Susan is, but I know Simply Nikki is now going by Simply Still Here on TikTok. If that is the same person as who's speaking over there, it makes sense. If Simply Susan is somebody new, then they're either making stuff up or Simply Susan is stealing Nikki's story or something, because that doesn't add up. I know this is a lot to keep track of, guys, and I know there's a lot of players in this. I've been trying to send out videos that will introduce all these people, because you bring in Lady G, all these people come with them. Charles was telling everybody weeks ago when he addressed AFF, and he said, I'm sorry, but this has been my experience with Lady Guinevere and her followers and her friends. These are the people that have all the fraud charges, the identity theft charges. Kane Allen doesn't pay his own child support, but yet uses his children for clout. Literally can go and look up his records in his city and state right now and see that when he did this GoFundMe was when he was getting in trouble for not paying his child support. I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent, but I feel like I have to explain this stuff because a lot of people don't know the backstories.
I think, Joe, it's got to be so frustrating for you. I think I can't imagine probably what you're feeling, what you're going through right now.
It's just having to start the whole story over
right,
again.
And that has to be re-traumatizing every time you do. So
They are not.
I don't
the
know
victims
if you're
in this.
willing to talk with Vampy and with the rest of the team again, and if maybe we can put our heads together to figure out a way so you're not having to do that, where we can put it out in a format so we can't do it fast. And I know that the other team members told you that. We're a small team, and we check and recheck and recheck before we put anything out, and it takes us a while because we all have our own lives and our own things going on. But
listen, Snickers, I don't expect anybody to do anything for me. When I was saying earlier to everybody, go over there and ask them, it was more to be like, go see for yourself. Like I also said, if you don't feel comfortable going over there, don't. Just don't. But if people are in the comments, and especially if people are over from that side, if they want to see the truth, go talk to them. I'm not the one saying stay away from them. You have to question yourself. If people are telling you not to get the other side of the story, why?
Well, exactly. And I think what I know, because Vampy's now missed, she talked to you. I think what we're just trying to say is, because we do care about the victims across the board, is that we want to help people however we can without re-traumatizing them. And I do think that you constantly having to bring it up, it would be a mental drain on anybody. It would cause more mental anguish on anyone and frustration if you constantly have to keep bringing stuff up. So I don't know it's your life, it's your life. You can do it however you want, but if you want to try to go a different direction, our team's here for you, or we could try to help you find somebody else that can maybe get it out a little bit faster, so people understand. I feel awful for you, because I know I can hear in your voice that you are so hurt and you're angry on top of it. And I think some people are not understanding that with the way they're coming across, because I think they're coming in and they're not getting why you're so angry or pumped up by this, because they don't understand the whole story, right? And you told me it's like 3 years worth of stuff. That's a lot.
3.5 years. And I want to say this, and please, Vampy, you know how I feel. I hope you know how I feel right now. And this is no disrespect to you whatsoever, because I've had the same conversation and about to say the same thing that I'm saying now. I've had to say this to some of my very good friends. People will come to me and say, they're saying this about you. They're saying this about you. Don't do that, please. Please don't do that. I don't really give a shit about what they're saying about me. But if they're making threats, if they're making something that can be used for a court case, for a police case, yes, I want to see that, get that to me. But if it's just they're saying this, they're saying that, they're lying, they're doing that, speak up for me. If you're not willing to speak up for me and being like, hey, show me proof, let's see solid proof, one. Also ask the important questions. What did you do first? Right? Use discernment. And then come back and get the other side. Go back and forth if you have to. I'm not the one saying to people, don't get the other side. I'm saying go look at what they're doing. Go look at
just to be clear, I only went over there I went out to answer a message and saw AK was live. And that's what I wanted to tell you, because you keep calling her in here, but yet she won't come in here, but she's on her own live.
I know.
And then I saw the two people you were just I saw the one person you were talking about, and then the other person, I started to hear them talk about the child you were just talking about, which is funny because I think they're listening to your live.
I'm sure they
you
are.
were literally talking about that, and then they were talking about it.
I'm sure they're streaming it or watching it. I don't care. I think it shows their own character and their own behavior. And like I said, don't take it wrong, Vamp, because that is not meant. And you may not have even been the one that said. You might not have even been the one that said like, oh, they're saying this or saying that. You might have just said they're live. And I don't want anybody to get offended by that. I know people are telling me to help me, to make me aware. They're not doing it out of malicious intent. I know that. Yes, this is very frustrating. Believe me, I do a lot of outdoor stuff, and I get together with a lot of my friends and people outside of TikTok to keep myself well balanced. Like I spent, I think it was 3.5 hours yesterday, just me and my dog climbing up I think it was close to 2,000 feet elevation in a round trip over several miles to go to a beautiful, beautiful waterfall. And I just hung out up there with my dog. We actually had the waterfall to ourselves for a while and just soaked in nature. That kind of shit does more good for my mind, body, and soul than anything. This stuff is frustrating. It is, to deal with this shit online. It's been 3.5 years of a smear campaign by a big creator who is one of the most awful people that I have ever met in my entire life. She is, for a tiny little person, she is one of the biggest pain in the asses and horrible people that I've ever met. And I'm sorry to be so descriptive about her right now, but I truly believe that she is evil to the core, and she is the biggest gaslighter and narcissist I ever met in my life. I am talking about Shady Fraudebear. And the GoFraudMe group. They are dangerous people that don't care who they harm in the process, because all they care about is protecting their pages where they're making money. You guys got to remember, this is their bread and butter. This is where they make their money. Like anybody calling out the truth about them, you're fucking with their financial aspect, their pocketbook, right? But let me also ask this: like, you guys want to, like, I get it. I get what you're doing. I used to do that when I showed you my 20 point, I think it was 20.2, it got up to 20.3, that account. I used to do that shit alone. I used to do advocate work and try to stand up to the victims. I did it alone. Landini, the great Landini, who has 12 million followers, he asked me to join his group many times way back then. I wouldn't, because I had this effed up thought process that it was okay to bully the bullies. Well, that just got me in deeper trouble. That's why I'm where I am today. That is from bullying the bullies. Literally, that's how I ended up where I am today. There's really nothing that can be done unless it's done from a legal aspect. And I know that. And every single one of you in this box and in the comments, I appreciate you guys for wanting to help me through this. At this point, if you guys want to record their lives, if they make any threats, that's the kind of shit that I need. I only need viable shit that will hold up in court regarding the threats. I know Kane Allen has done it before. The police already have a copy of one of his lives where people were making literal unaliving threats to me. So he's already got evidence against him. If he keeps going, I'll take action against him. But I do hope that people will not just stand up for me, because even if I log off of this app today, it's just going to be somebody else tomorrow. Like, when are we going to stand up against them, and how? That's what I want to know on this app. Or is it just worthless? I'm going to shut up now. Let somebody else talk.
I think this is a good time for an inspirational conversation from either Sister Edith or Barfly. Are they ignoring me?
No pressure, no pressure.
I'm not ignoring you.
So I have a quote for you guys. The two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. Think about that. It's one of the reasons that I am, well, sick and flippin' tired of the bullying, the harassment, the doxing, the calling out, the lying, the cheating, the grifting. You know, I use the word accountability in a different way than some other people might. And by the way, that quote was from Mark Twain. But I will say this. Somebody said something to me, you know, because in a video that I put out, I said, there's nothing anybody can do to me now. And I mean that. And the reason I mean that, and I don't share this, but I'm going to here, and I will be putting out a video somewhat about it. I have a terminal diagnosis. So what are you going to do? Kick me off the app? I'll just come back, and I'll come back mad. Not to mention I'll take it over to other, you know, places. So knock it off, people. Grow up. You know, keep away from people who try to belittle you. Stay away from people who try to take you down. But stand up for those that are being harassed, for those that are being bullied, for those that are being doxxed, for those that are being threatened in any way, shape, or form. That, you know, I think that's what grown-ups do. I think that's what people should do. I don't care what community you come from. I don't care how much melanin you have in your skin. That's what people, human beings with hearts do. I begin to wonder lately if some of the people, and I'm not calling out any names because I don't do that, but I wonder sometimes if some of these people have hearts, to be honest with you. Or are they human beings? Sometimes I really wonder that too. That people are so blasé about.
Are we talking about V here? Is this a V episode on TikTok?
I think so. It could be.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past us. What if like that's their feeding ground of like negative energy? Like that's actually how they feed.
Yeah, it is. Here's another quote for you. There isn't time, so brief is life, for bickerings, apologies, heartburnings, calling to account. There is only time for loving, and but an instant, so to speak, for that. Think about that. We're only here for a short time. I'm just saying. They walk among us. I like that. Rant off. Sorry. I don't know if that was inspirational or not, but I'm not in an inspirational mood, I guess. Who knows?
I think your quotes are wonderful. I like the first one better, I'll be honest.
I am the queen of quotes. I can pull them out from everywhere.
I'm going to show, sorry, don't mind the cord, the ottoman. I'm going to show another picture because I just want you guys to show who Kane Allen not just committed fraud on here, but I just want you to show the VP of Kane Allen's group, IBTL, is Penelope Bailey. Now, she's put out her name herself, but again, this is Penelope. This is a white woman that pretends that she's Afro-Indigenous, which means black and indigenous. She hardly will ever go on camera. She will, in fact, she almost always will refuse to go on camera. She'll say she's either in the tub, naked. She can't. She's having a fibromyalgia flare up, all kinds of stuff. Okay. She also at one point said that fibromyalgia is what turned her skin white. Penelope is the one that is the VP of Kane's group, and he calls her twin. This is a man that supposedly is standing against racism while literally having the VP of his family be a person that is doing some of the most racist things on this app. This is a group that says that they stand for the gay community, yet Kane Allen will have people come into his lives, call me the F slur, and say that they want to, the same word that you use to describe when you're putting out a candle, they say they want to do that to me, to unalive me. Simply Nikki is the one that was passing out my mother, who is 90 years old with dementia, her information like candy to Brie Larson and to others who said that they wanted to unalive me and my mother. Simply Nikki did this because I contacted Kane Allen's father and verified that the GoFundMe was fraudulent, that Kane did with Lady Guinevere. Like, these are the people that you're dealing with. What I would love to see is everybody questioning AK, putting the pressure on AK, putting the pressure on Kane Allen about his cousin, about Penelope. Why is it so allowable for this white woman to do these racist things across the internet, but they want to persecute me? I would love to see people go into AK's comments and if you feel safe enough doing so, let me put that out there, because you have to feel safe enough doing so. And it's probably the people that are faceless that are going to feel more safe than other people. So first and foremost, always protect your identity, always protect yourself, always only do what you feel is safe. But on the same token, I don't know what that's going to do. Sister, Vampy, Thundercunt, everybody up here today, Snickers and Barfly, I appreciate you guys, and I know you guys want to help the victims. Other than the legal side of things, which Vampy, excuse me, hold on. Sorry, the bread just went down the wrong way. The legal side of things, Vampy, we had a conversation earlier. That's a stressful and long path to go down. It's a tiring one. And I definitely have to get all my ducks in a row because more and more things keep happening. Sister, the news you dropped. No,
it's not about me.
No, I know it's not, but part of this, I need to say this. It breaks my heart because you are an amazing soul. And the fact that people come onto this app and bully you, a nun, I think shows where we have gotten in this world today. The fact that people are so comfortable dehumanizing others that they will go after a nun, whether they believe that that person is a real nun or not. That's their thoughts, but they're still going after a nun. That's like, there's definitely brainwashed people in this world from religions, and I believe the Catholics are probably the ones going after Sister the most. I got to a point in my life, shamefully, I got to a point in my life, just like the people that came after me and dehumanized James, dehumanized me, dehumanized my mother, people that had nothing to do with this, I started firing back at them. And looking back on it, it was years ago. I'll say that. Looking back on it, am I proud of myself? No. I shouldn't have sunk to their level. That's what they wanted. They wanted to bring me down to that level, and I shouldn't have done it.
So what you're saying, wait a minute, Joe. So what you're saying is, oh my gosh, you're human. Should I clutch my pearls now? Sorry, I talk about this, and there some more things are going to come out on some videos that I'm going to be putting out over the next month-ish. I have a past. I have no problem if it comes out. I don't care. I wasn't a good person. I fully admit that. I, do my best to lift other people up now instead of bringing them down. But I'm so tired of it all, and if you went to their level, that's what a human does. That's what somebody with a heart and a soul and feelings, oh my gosh, it does. And not feelings of hate and vitriol and, those things. It's just feelings, humanity, being human, loving other people. You've seen it. They come in my lives and say wonky things, and I just got to laugh at them. So, here's another quote for you. To live is the rarest thing to love is the rarest thing in the world. Most people just exist. And that's how I try to live my life. And the people I choose to surround myself live their lives that way, or they try to. But again, everyone's human. Nobody's perfect. But there's a limit. There's a limit, Joe. And obviously you hit a limit at some point. All I see from you right now is you're defending yourself. I don't see you clapping back with the same kind of camel poop as, they're playing with. Because, when you play with camel poop, you're going to get stinky.
True.
I'm just saying. And boy, have I learned that over the years. But I don't know. The people, Snickers and Vampy and Barfly and you and Kendall and, the other people that I surround myself with as friends on this app and outside of this app in real life, those are the people I want in my life because they're good people. Just saying. But you know what? Imperfectly perfect. Well, that's something I say all the time is we're all made just as we are imperfectly perfect. And I will say this, anytime you're sick of your husband, just let me know. We can chat.
Love you too. Hey, and I'll tell you one of my best quotes, and I'm actually a Buddhist, from Gandhi about forgiveness. And Gandhi stated that the weak can never forgive, that forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. And that's how I try to live my life, that I will always try to forgive. That doesn't mean that you forget. That doesn't mean that you trust. But for me, forgiveness is more about my mental space and my mental health and my boundaries than it is about the person that I'm forgiving.
Exactly. I'm going to give you guys one more. And it's actually for Vampy in honor of Vampy as a Buddhist. And it's actually from Buddha. Your purpose in life is to find your purpose and give your whole heart and soul to it.
Yep.
And that's what I try to do.
I just found the perfect one for Joe. Hold on. Seriously, I hate Max. I really hate Max.
You guys see this photo?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
This is where I hiked to yesterday.
You know, you can call it whatever you want. I choose to call it God's country.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter who the God of your understanding is. Y'all have heard me use that term before because I don't care who the God of your understanding is. But for me, that is God's country.
This is one of my favorite hikes. And the reason why I wanted to show you guys this picture is because this is the last time I went there was around March 15th, which was the weekend of the anniversary date of when my friend James was unalived. As I've told people, and as it's happened every single year, they coordinate attacks against me on the anniversary of his unaliving as well as his birthday. This is orchestrated by Lady G. And I have proof of this, and I've shown it to the police, and they've said that this has been a pattern. So the fact that this has gone on for 3.5 years, and that there's a pattern with these people, that they're targeting me on certain dates, it does something to help me. I'm just going to say that for right now. But think about that for a second. Okay, so the last time I was at this trailhead, aside from yesterday, I got a text from one of my friends that said, basically showed me a video that one of Lady Guinevere's friends had made about me, accusing me of being responsible for James's unaliving. Proof has already come out showing that it was Mario. I've got it posted on my page. But the fact that they would go through lengths to try and blame somebody for something like that just in their smear campaign, I think there's enough out there to show how many gross things they have done to try and attack one person. The fact that they're doing this to me doesn't mean that they won't do it to you or somebody else. And I think that's where I would love one day to see a lot of people standing up and starting to really question them with the hard questions, whether it be from your main account, a faceless account, or whatever, just to be able to document how they respond to the questioning, how they respond to anybody questioning them with information or with, requesting receipts, solid receipts, unedited receipts, things like that. You'll see for yourself. You'll see for yourself who's telling the truth, who's lying. For me, I want to start sinking myself more into the real world and probably moving away from TikTok, as I told Charles. I don't think this app is a safe place or a good place. I miss the days when it used to feel that way, but I truly feel that this app, as we know, is littered with P3DOs, littered with felonies, that's littered with people that don't have good intentions. There are good people on here. I'm so grateful I've met a lot of you guys, a lot of the people that I've met on here. You guys know where to find me on Instagram, on The Wandering Dog Dad. That's my main page and the one where I post non-drama bullshit. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on here. AK talks about how much she's been reported. Maybe I'll show you guys how much I've been reported on all 3 of my pages the past couple of days, including old videos. In fact, either my Thunder Taint or my Honey Badger account, one of them has a video. It did get restored, but all the video was about was literally how, I think it was my Honey Badger account, this one. All it was showing how my followers had gotten up to 777, and I was making a comment about the 777 number and how my followers just got to that. And I just made a video about that, and that got reported. They are trying to silence me again. I've gone through probably 100+ accounts since my big 20.3 thousand account got taken down. They want me silenced, and they will not stop until they get me either silenced from TikTok by banning me and bullying me off the app, by force of police because they've done false wellness checks on me. The proof is on my page about that. They've weaponized the court systems and lost. They still use what they filed against the police reports with Lady Guinevere, weaponizing the police against me. They still post the police reports, even though nothing ever came of it. But it shows how they were literally trying to get me harmed by police for their bullshit stories. No convictions because they built their cases on lies, including that white woman I showed you that pretends to be black. Eventually, one of these days, they're going to get somebody like Charles or me harmed in real life. So when people say this isn't real life, it's not for you. It's not for you, but they've called my job repeatedly. They've done false wellness checks on me. They've done so many things from a legal aspect, trying to get me harmed by either police, by somebody else thinking that I'm a P3DO, so that will take me out, thinking they're doing something good in this world. Like, one of these days, these people are going to get somebody harmed. I can walk off of the app and leave this all behind. I'll miss some of the people. I'll miss interacting with a lot of people that are here. But if it's for my safety, I can do that. But on the same token, like I said, it's just going to be somebody else the next day. How can we collectively deal with people like Lady Guinevere, like Kane Allen, like Penelope, like the bullies, the mob, literal mob of people that are playing victim?
It takes effort, Joe. It takes effort to get all of it in a concise timeline and submitting it to legal at TikTok.
So you really think that legal at TikTok is going to do something when TikTok is the actual problem? TikTok is the one promoting these people.
TikTok has an algorithm for warnings and appeals that is not the best. It's an app with over 1 billion people. The people themselves are the problem, not the app.
I agree with that, Vampy. 100% I agree with that statement.
But yes, if it's concise and it's very clear to see and it's very clear to understand, and you also send them the videos and the evidence, legal at TikTok. I've already sent some of them to TikTok legal.
Have they responded?
I mean,
Yep. Some of them got suspended. Well, one of them's gotten banned. And then other ones have gotten comments taken away or lives taken away for a certain number of days or whatever.
Gotcha.
I just feel like this app is half of the problem sometimes.
But as I said, if it wasn't this app, it's Facebook. If it's not Facebook, it's Snapchat. If it's not Snapchat, it's Instagram. If it's not Instagram, it's Lemonade. If it's not that, it's X. If it's not that, it's Blue Sky. Because that's the only way these people feel power. But let me tell you, if you met them in person, they would probably scour and run.
This is my original account shortly before it got banned. It got up to 20.3 thousand, and it was based off of me taking down the Grape Day. Who remembers this? Does anybody here remember this?
I do.
I'm the one that got that account taken down. But I hate.
And they do it every year. Somebody else does it every year.
I mean, it's actually just people refocusing on the same original thing if you pay attention to it. I used to be friends with all of them. Lady Guinevere and I used to do lives together. Like, this is somebody at one time I considered a friend. She says that I came after her because she told me no. It wasn't because she told me no. I didn't ask her to see proof of where I ever asked her to go after Uni. I asked her to have Uni stop bullying me. Meanwhile, she was promoting Uni and Uni's fraudulent GoFundMe, that he needed to do a GoFundMe because I filed a no contact order against him. He tried to claim that I was getting him deported, even though multiple people told him, you're a naturalized citizen. You can't get deported. He didn't care. He wanted to make me out to be a villain. He was jealous. He was upset and hurt that he got rejected, not just on a romantic level, but also as a friend when I called him out for bullying and I said, we are no longer friends, after he literally told me that he would not care if this trans man, who I'm going to keep blurry for a reason, he told me he wouldn't care if this trans man offed himself during Pride Month because of his bullying. And I said after that to Uni, we are no longer friends. And he said, you're going to, and I can bring up these text messages if need be. He said, you're going to throw me away over a trash person. He was misgendering the trans person. He was calling the trans person an it. Uni's part of the community. Uni's part of the community. And because this guy, Scott, had a crush on Uni, again, somebody I used to be friends with, because he had a secret crush on Uni at the time, he saw an opportune moment to join in with Uni and go against me. Somebody I considered a friend, people I considered a friend, decided to come after me. And then
Garbage man, who are you? Who are you?
Who is it?
Come on, garbage man, show your face. Come on, tell us who you are. If you can't tell us like a grown up who you are, if you can't stand up, showing your face, putting your, as you guys like to say, full chest out there, 10 toes in, whatever stupid saying you guys are using
I
today.
sent you an invitation, so come on up.
Sorry,
Garbage man, come on up. And I'm going to show you what that mother did. The mother you're talking about, Simply Nikki. Why does she get to harass my mother, who's 90 with dementia? Why is that okay?
I'm sorry for interrupting, Joe, but
By the way, garbage man, that's not Nikki's son. We didn't harass her about that. We proved. Is Thundercunt still in here? Is Dar still in here? We proved that wasn't her son. In fact, she's not even mentioned in the obituary. She's claiming somebody else's child as her own. That's what we proved. So it wasn't harassing her. She got some energy returned back to her years ago because of the foul things that her and her friends did towards my friend who was a victim of police brutality and towards my family when they doxed my entire family, including Nikki passing out my mother's information like candy. Here, let me bring up that screenshot for you. Nikki lies and says that people are her children that are not. Her husband's stepchildren she claimed as her own. But the person you're talking about, Simply Nikki, is the same person that was constantly passing out my mother's information like candy. Somebody who had nothing to do with anything, a 90-year-old woman with dementia. She was passing out her phone number and her address like candy to people that were making death threats towards me and my mother. Is that the mom you're talking about? Why, yes, it is. That is the mom you're talking about, garbage man. But I guess the name is appropriate. Garbage man. Why'd you reject my invitation to come up, garbage man?
Joe, again, I'm sorry for
You have nothing to apologize for, sister.
calling that out, but like I said, I'm tired of it. If you can't be a grown up, can't show your face, can't stand up, as they like to say, full chest, 10 toes in, which I think is the most, excuse the expression, asinine thing to say.
He's still in the chat.
No, he's still here. I sent him another invite. Come on up, garbage man. If you can't come up and you won't accept the invite, I'm gonna block you. So I mean, it's either come up or be blocked. Okay. Well, I guess it's be blocked.
Well, apparently it's the garbage man that, picked up Trump on the airport tarmac. Great to see you.
Vampy, I don't like to bring politics into my thing only because I have friends on both sides of the political aisle. I'm super, super left, and my friends know that. I am extremely left. I was literally boots on the ground, door knocking, phone banking for Bernie Sanders, 2016, 2020. Like, I am extremely left. I'm not just online stuff. I was doing stuff boots on the ground in real life. But I also take Bernie's approach, and I talk with people on both sides of the aisle. So I have friends. In fact, Thundercunt is very right. She's very right-leaning. But Thundercunt is a no bullshit type person, and she does stand with the LGBTQI plus community. And I feel like we can all teach each other things. So I don't like to bring politics into my thing too much, and I definitely don't want to just shit on people for who they support, because I feel like if we engage with people more and find the commonalities, that maybe we can educate each other, we can grow off of each other, and we can learn how to respect each other as humans and come together instead of being more divisive in this country or this world. That's just my take.
I respect that because that's your life, but yeah.
I used Vampy, I used to be a very much of an intolerable left. If you supported Trump, I didn't even communicate with you way back in the day. But it was because of Penelope and that side that literally they were convincing me that people were hood-wearing WSers with the white robes and the hoods when some of them were actually Democrats and also Bernie supporters. Some of them were Trump supporters or are Trump supporters, but they weren't what they were being made out to be. So I learned to talk with all people, and that's me. That doesn't have to be you. You know what I mean? That's just me. I respect. I don't blame anybody for feeling how they feel or for treating their platform or their life how they want. If they don't want to talk with Republicans, just understand if you're in my live, there might be some in here. You weren't.
I understand that. I don't have a problem with them either, Joe. I'm actually an independent. I don't think saying the garbage truck that was picked up Trump was political. Besides the fact that it was a garbage truck that picked up Trump, I didn't make any comment toward MAGA.
I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot about the whole Trump in the garbage truck thing.
I'm gonna decorate it.
I get what you're saying now. I took what you said wrong, Vampy. That's my fault.
Okay, that's all right.
I'm sorry. I totally took what you said wrong. So I can't admit when I'm wrong. See, take lessons of the other side out there watching me. Take lessons.
You do, and now I'm not gonna go make hate videos on you.
Come on, Vampy. I want at least,
Joe. It's fine.
Vampy, I want at least 1.5 hate videos out before midnight about me from you.
Oh no, I can't do that. I'm too tired.
Sister.
Garbage Man has already blocked me.
Aww.
I know my feelings are hurt. I need to.
And that's why they don't bother me. They're fucking cowards. They sit on their cameras at their desk with their little thingies or at wherever they have their computer or phone, and they make little comments on burner accounts inside a chat. Like, I'm sorry, that's a wimp. That's a coward.
Like I said earlier, come on, bitch, bring it.
Right.
It's just, I'm sorry, if you can't put your face behind your words, then shut it. I have to say, I don't know, AK, I do respect AK because they actually put their face.
Right.
They put their face behind their words. I may not agree with everything. That doesn't matter. I may agree with some things. Again, doesn't matter. They actually put their face behind their words. You see what I'm saying? Now y'all got me going back to my old attitude with the old way of talking.
You did that on your own, sister.
You what, Joe?
I said you did that on your own, sister.
I just get so irritated.
I know. You know what?
I get irritated by the immaturity and by what these quote unquote adults are showing the children on this app, because many of these people are parents. These parents of these children who say, oh, I can't expose my child to it, but you will expose millions of children on the internet on an app called TikTok to your atrocious, immature, cowardly behavior.
I'm going to show you something really quick. The woman that started the whole thing of calling me this predator and all this stuff, right, says how this is a children's app all the time and she's wanting to protect the children. Now, I'm going to flash something on my screen and I want you all to pay attention to it really quick because I'm only going to do it for a minute, because this is one of her public posts that she has out there now. I don't think that this outfit, if you go to her page, is really appropriate for TikTok. It is practically see-through. Not this person, the person I just flashed. Simply still here. It, to me, is screaming inappropriate for an app where any kids are present. It really is. It's screaming extremely inappropriate. So think about that for a minute. Like, you just made a valid point about this being a kids app and influencing. Why? To me, it's almost like the predators are actually out here accusing everybody else because they're deflecting attention away from themselves. Kind of like that other that other guy that is back on the app that everybody chased off not that long ago.
Yeah.
It's really like, to me, it's like they're
Sorry to
guys.
chat.
Huh?
Someone said, "Thank God AK wears clothes." Yeah, just like and this is said in jest. AK's favorite or Barfly's favorite person literally did a video and bent over at the camera, and you could literally see everything but the nip. 12.5 million followers. Some of those minors.
Somebody named Bark Avenue just sent me an invite to come up. Pitbull mom. Yeah. Nikki, the person that I just showed you, she had done that too. Like, all right, so I don't know who Bark Avenue is, so I'm accepting.
Accident, they said.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to say something because somebody sent me
I like pitbulls.
a DM from, one of those accounts that have 0 followers, 0 following or something stupid like that, who said, well, you're not showing your face. No, I'm not right now because I'm not covered. So, but go to my profile, look at my videos. My face is all over the place.
Right.
So, I think I have one video that my face is altered, and it's the one talking about I can neither deny or confirm my non-existence, and it's like the zombie, filter. Come on.
Can you let me know the screen name of the person that sent that to you? Because I want to block them from this live.
I'll send you a message,
Okay.
a DM.
My favorite video of yours is your gangster one.
They have
Well,
0 followers.
I
Reminds me of
did that.
modern day Whoopi Goldberg was Sister Act.
Yeah, I did the gangsta video, and I have it pinned because I want people to understand that I do have a sense of humor.
I love it. Plenty.
Hold on, let me find.
8282. Does anybody know who 8200 SINT is?
No.
Does they have 5 followers? Have they been active in the chat, or are they just?
Yeah, that's the one that said, I think, thank God AK wears clothes.
Oh, okay. They can stay. As long as they're just not in here being hateful to the live. Hey, Irene. Hey, Maddie. I'm awful at reading comments. Anybody that knows me, they know that about me. And you know what? It's clear that AK is not going to come live with me, that AK is afraid. Even though AK said that they have bigger cojones than me, AK is afraid of me and obviously kissing the backside of certain people. But AKs will be blocked again, and I will ignore AK. I might even... Sister, I think you and I are following each other on IG, right?
I don't know.
This is my 2 cents for anybody that's left in here. I would encourage people to find another app, another source of social media that is not so full of the negativity that TikTok seems to have. With the holidays coming and all this TikTok live stuff, I truly believe that they are going to feed off of the drama and off of people. At this point, my pages I will leave up. My Thunder Taint and my Honey Badger pages have a lot of receipts on them open. My Washington Dog Dad one has a lot on friends only, especially if you scroll back. If you guys want to do any rabbit hole diving, you can. And if you have any questions, reach out to me on IG. I may still post. In fact, I might even post the waterfall one a little bit more on my Washington Dog Dad page. My regular original content of my hiking videos and stuff like that. But if these trolls want to continue to gain attention off of using somebody as their bait, as their toy, as their reason to clout, just to hate on somebody else. I think eventually it's going to speak volumes about them. If you see something, say something. If you know something's not true or you just want to ask proof, if you feel safe, say something. But I wouldn't, I don't know. I just don't feel like this app is really worth feeding any more energy into. I don't feel like this app is even worth sticking around for, whether it gets banned or not. That's just my 2 cents.
Well, just remember too, Joe, you can reset your feed.
I've tried. I haven't tried that in a while. You're right. I know. But on the same token, like, yeah, they follow me. As you can see, they recruit new people.
Yes, but I'm saying no, just everyday people. If they want to get rid of the drama, they can.
Yes.
Reset their feed in their settings.
Yep, that's very true.
And anybody can make a username and start over too.
Do you know somehow, even if you don't use a phone number, even if you create a random email or whatever, somehow it will still, through your device, associate you with people that you used to be connected with before?
That's because you have to log out of your account and not connect those accounts, so that you're logging in independently to each account and not just switching accounts.
No, I mean, even if you delete the app, log off, delete the app, and create a whole new account, it's still, because I've done that twice now. I've twice. There were 2 different times
You
where
can go into your settings, your account settings, and it'll say privacy and stuff like that, and it gives you different options.
Yes.
And you have the option to toggle between syncing contacts or suggesting friends, things like that. And so if you turn all that off, none of your previous contacts, none of your previous friends, like, it's completely gone.
Correct. I understand what you're saying, and I always do that. All of my accounts are set up like that. But what I'm telling you is so again, 3.5 years I've been on and off this app, right? Good night, sleep well. Sorry, I miss a lot of the comments, but
Good night.
Good night. Sweet dreams.
Shop Gal, you go to settings.
2 different times.
I'll text you on that, Shop Gal. I understand what you're saying, Joe, too, but are some of these people bigger creators that get pushed?
No. What I'm trying to say is that 2 different times I completely logged off of my accounts, deleted the app, and the first time I was off the app for like 2 to 3 months. The second time, I think it was like a month and a half or so. And when I came back with a whole new screen name, and even though I shut off all those settings, it would push people to me that I knew from before, if that makes sense. I didn't let it connect to my contacts. I didn't let it connect to my Facebook. Like even before anything, it was giving me friend suggestions, essentially. And I think it was based off of the device, because I had the same device.
Could be.
Well, if you notice on your accounts, it links to a device.
Yeah. I have to finish up this data refresh of my client's dev environment from their production environment, so I have to hop off.
No, it's no problem. I actually have been on here longer than I really wanted to be anyway, but I appreciate you guys all coming up. Barfly, I'm sorry you didn't even say much.
It's okay. I'm sorry. My son came home from college this week, so
He's always there to
snug your
support. She may not always talk.
yeah.
Barfly, go snug your son.
Oh, I did.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, y'all.
Good night. Sister,
Joe, I love you.
I love you too, sister, and I appreciate you very much. I adore you, and if you get a chance at some point, just whenever you have an extra moment, I'd love to just chat privately one-on-one with you sometime on IG or something. Just because you're a good person, and I'm so glad that I've gotten to know you.
Send me a message on IG. I'm still fairly new to that one. We are doing a few and far between things over there, but we want to, and when I talk it's the Treasures community. We want to do more over there as well. So please send me a message over there and we'll go from there. How's that? And then I'll follow you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I think we actually are following each other over on there, if I remember correctly. Have a good night, Barfly.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to talk with you about just not not non-TikTok stuff.
Life.
Life and you and me and just friendship and life and yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night, y'all.
Have a good night.
I love you
sis. I
all.
appreciate you. Love you.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. I'm going to end this live as well, y'all. Thank you guys for joining, and I appreciate you all. Have a good night. I'm sorry for every comment that I missed. I am really bad at comments, and thank you, Becca. Thank you, everyone. If there was somebody trying to remember their name in here, I'll have to reach out to them. I took a screenshot. They said they had proof of Kane making more death threats to me, and I definitely want those, because those I do send to the police, because that's just building a case. So anyway, if anybody sees anything like that, actual threats, like real life threats that the police would take seriously, that the courts would take seriously, that's the kind of stuff that I want. That's what they don't have of me doing, because I've never done that shit. Anyway, have a good night, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.